East Podcast, WATP.
I know you guys have talked about this. I can't wait to talk about this. We've finally seen, and listen, I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong because I'm not a narcissist. We finally got to see the tattoo. I didn't think John had a new tattoo. I thought for sure that was a cover for having the grease stains on his sleeve. I guess I thought it was hair dye. But here it is. Posted in Dabblers Anonymous.
He got a tattoo of his own face on his arm.
What is going on here? This guy called me white trash recently. This is the tattoo that he got.
He's been having trouble getting women, and he thinks this is going to fix that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. This is the thing to make him look like he's cool biker guy. Oh,
yeah.
This is his new persona now in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He's cool biker guy with his cool biker friends. And so we got to get cool biker guy tattoo. And so Stone Crab in this Reddit post asked, which one of his kids is that? And that's inappropriate. Made me laugh. Which is why I brought it up just now. What is going on? It's like a Viking skeleton or something?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's Danish.
Right. Okay. Skull.
Skull.
Surprised it doesn't say skull on it, actually.
I'm sure it does somewhere. I'm sure it's in code somewhere. There's a skull.
I'm surprised it doesn't say that or just do it. But yeah, this is surprising.
Yeah, the image is a mirrored image. So if you do flip it, if you mirror it, it is on the right arm. Because initially when we saw it last night, it was like, hey, it's on the wrong arm. But no, it's taken in a mirror.
Yes. No, I picked up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it does look like a lot of people are speculating that he went to the tattoo parlor and they gave him that book and he just picked out one. Or he looked at the wall and he went, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Doesn't look like a lot of thought went into this. Doesn't look like anything that represents...
It's not custom.
Yes, it doesn't represent John Melendez in any way, but...
I will say I did a reverse image search. There's a lot of similar tattoos out there, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not crazy to say that, apparently. Oh, you know what else was really funny that I saw in Dabblers Anonymous?
Yeah.
Somebody tatted up Aaron's face for his mugshot. Someday we'll get there. All right.
Best mugshot.
John, yeah, he's so handsome. John came on his show yesterday and he starts off with his typical green screen fail and announcing he's back, baby.
Everybody knows that.
Holy shit.
How does he do this every time? How is he always not centered so you can see part of the wall on his show? It's hard to do every single time. Ooh, there's that tattoo. Pretty cool shit.
Mm-hmm. This table's got to move.
How heavy is that table? Or should I say, how weak is John? Look at the amount of effort it takes to move this table that he's sitting at.
Move.
What's going on there, Johnny? I thought you're all big and buff.
Or again, the overacting kicks in.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's what's going on here?
Yeah.
A little bit of column A, a little bit
Can't
of
do
column
anything
B.
without hamming it up.
That's true. Yeah, he's a performer.
Oh. How are you? How are you, everybody? Happy September 3rd. I hope everyone enjoyed my political show yesterday with the Army Major.
Nope.
But anyway, here we are in the Dabbleverse, as usual. Hair's growing in.
Is it?
And guns are looking great.
Okay, keep telling us that. So who could have predicted it? John said he's leaving the Dabbleverse. He's over it. He's done with it. And then he only came back because of the Iso Doe thing. And now he's right back into it. Yep. And I think that we all predicted that. I think every single person said that's what was going to happen. And every single person was correct. Mm-hmm. Go figure. This is why John's not good at bluffing.
Right.
He's not good. Like, I never think
you mispronounced everything.
Yeah, correct. I never think he has pocket aces because he never does. I'm not falling for it.
He plays that clip from Escape from New York.
Yeah.
The Duke dies at the end.
Yes.
Have we pointed that out?
Yes, we
Okay,
have.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
But John just likes the name the Duke, and now he's El Duque. You might want to get that sign behind him updated for the El Duque thing. But let's remember, guys, I am a hypocrite. This is why the hypocrisy police started, because of me.
And Lady K is supposed to be observed.
Sorry, Carl. El
Yeah.
Duque, the Duke. I don't know if you caught it when Hitman Dan was on yesterday. John stole that name from Hitman Dan.
Oh, is that true?
Because Hitman Dan was like, hey, the Duke. They used to call me that in high school.
Shut the
Duke.
fuck up.
Wow.
He stole Hitman Dan's
Oh,
nickname.
no.
Nothing's original with this
Nothing's
guy.
original. I have some clips of Hitman Dan being on the show, but I didn't catch that,
Yeah, I
unfortunately.
did.
And Lady K is supposed to be observe and report. Well, Lady K, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Why is that?
Because you don't observe and report on the pedophilia network, do you?
Never
You
mentioned
didn't
it
really
once.
say anything about it.
What was that, Adam?
No, he never mentioned it once. Never came up.
I've talked about Isodo so many times.
You avoided it and avoided it.
I've
Never once made a comment.
Brought it up so many times. We did an entire creep off bonus show about the guy. We did a deep dive into it. I've talked to Shuli about it on Point Dabble Point. We talked about on Who Are These Podcasts. What else am I supposed to say?
You're supposed to express the opinions that John would express. Other than that, you did not cover it.
Okay, fair enough.
Carl, when I called you while I was downloading his audiobook from your Patreon, and I asked you to talk about it, you said, no, I will not talk about it.
You know,
Continue downloading.
I'm going to stop having you on, Cardiff, if you're going to reveal all of these private information between us.
Pulling the curtain back. Sorry.
He's chugging his Pepsi.
Oh, but
Or whatever
when it's
that is.
me, holy shit, you go, you do hours on me, but you don't observe and report on the biggest story coming out of the Dabbleverse since, which I'm always bored with, April and Aaron Imholt. And I see Aaron got arrested. There's another one. Let's add another one of these guys to the long list of arrests made by those in the Dabbleverse.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
You can't lump Aaron Imholt in with any of us, sir. How dare you?
Yeah, but I'd like to hear that list of arrests.
Well, he talks about Isodo,
Of course.
Bob Levy from 20 years ago,
Oh, we're going back.
Yeah.
I've been arrested too.
producer Joe. Yeah, I believe that's been brought up that I was arrested
gives a
when I was a
fuck?
teenager, but apparently everyone in the Dabbleverse is bad, but him. He's amazing. And we were talked about this earlier during our Steel Toe segment, but John's not interested in Steel Toe because it's not about him. He's like, this is a big story. I know everyone's talking about Aaron and April. It's like, yeah, we are. I don't care about that. Right, because that has nothing to do with stuttering John Melendez. It's the only thing he's interested in. Now, the big news John's talking about is the fact that Shuli got John's Bumble profile, his dating app profile. And they showed it on the Uncle Rico show. They showed the pictures that John uses. They read the profile. And so John's like, guys, I'm not worried about it. I'll read you the profile right now.
Let's see. My bio. I'm a divorced father of 3 wonderful kids. I have lived a charmed life filled with amazing obstacles overcome. I've written for many shows, including Tonight Show, and have published a best-selling book. Okay. A little flex.
It's not a best-selling book.
Yeah.
Just getting a book published does not make it a best-selling book. What are you talking about? It's not even a selling book.
No.
It's not being sold anywhere.
Barely a book, Carl. Let's be
Jesus.
Yeah,
honest.
it's being regifted.
What is he talking about, a best-selling book? I hate that shit.
Can't blame me for it, can you? About me, 5'8", which I am, well, 5'7.5", but you know, I'll round up to the half. Active, undergraduate degree. Drink sometimes. Smoke, no.
So he just gave the wink to the camera when he wrote drinks sometimes. I like that he says he's active too. Okay, sure. So later on in the show,
He also read his own dating profile, the degree part that he wrote,
right?
and made that like evidence that I have a degree from NYU.
Yeah, I know.
wrote it on
Well,
my
then it must
profile.
be true if you put it on a dating app. You're obviously lying about a lot of things. Best-selling book, drink sometimes. So Penis
Doesn't
Wrinkle.
smoke.
Penis Wrinkle brings this up to him and says, "Why would you put you drink sometimes on the app?" And at first, John answers this truthfully, but then he backtracks and tries to spin it. This is weird.
Penis Wrinkle, you lie on your Bumble and say you drink sometimes. I do drink sometimes. Am I drinking now? No. Therefore, I drink sometimes. Will I drink later on? Yes. But I don't drink every minute. And when I do drink, I drink Michelob Ultra. Which
He goes, "I'm not drinking now. Is there a beer in reaching distance?" Yes, there is. It's right here. That's hilarious right there. But the fact that like it's light beer, so it doesn't really count, obviously, as drinking.
it's not high octane alcohol. Oh, shit.
This is weird.
I think I got bit by a fucking spider.
Look at
See
that. Whoa.
That's not a bug bite.
What do you think that is, Adam?
Alcoholism.
Really? How does that work?
I don't know, but it's not normal.
He tried to inject himself with alcohol.
Look at
Holy
that thing.
fuck.
And he just noticed it
Look
now.
how big that is. Look how big that bump is.
God, you would think if he took a shower or something, he would have noticed that sooner.
Or notice it and not bring it up.
Like right on his arm like that? And he didn't notice until he saw it in the camera?
When he was reaching for the beer that he's
Fucking
not
hell.
drinking.
I hope he's at a doctor today. That's why he didn't do a show today. He's at you better be at a doctor with that.
You know what? You could be right. It might have swollen up even more since this.
Motherfucker. Get a lot of black widows over here. Yeah, I said I drink sometimes, and I also wink.
Whoa, John. We're not trying to get the property value decrease in Cape Coral. Let's not talk about how there's dangerous spiders. All right. Not on my property, by the way. No dangerous spiders where I live. Just want to point out,
Still
motherfucker.
drink toilet water.
My water system is amazing at Cardiff Electric.
And expensive.
It is expensive, but it's nice. It's like spring water.
Get a lot of black widows over here. Yeah, I said I drink sometimes, and I also winked. But
Right.
no, Penis Wrinkle.
Okay.
Yeah, John,
I don't
people
drink
that are
all.
reading your Bumble profile can't see that you winked now.
Right. Yes. Did I lie on my profile? Yes, but I did it on purpose. Well, yeah, no, I know. We all thought that.
Everybody who lies does it on purpose.
Right.
I don't drink all the time.
Right.
I got up this morning at 9. Did I drink? No.
Okay.
Is something an
now-
alcoholic would say.
Yes, I
Holy
know.
shit.
I didn't have a beer when I got up this morning. You're like, okay, it's a good start. Let's see where he's going with this.
It's now almost 4.
Whoa. It's almost 4. So what is he at? Like 7 beers probably, right? I mean, it's almost 4.
Have I had a beer? No.
Wow. I thought this guy was an alcoholic, but I was wrong. That's amazing.
Have I had any drinks? No. Therefore, I drink sometimes.
If you drink every day, that's not sometimes. I'm sorry.
I think that's the point Penis Wrinkle's trying to make.
Yeah.
And at first, John just like, wink, wink. I know, right? I do drink a lot. And then he's just like, well, hold on a second. I actually do only drink sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when the
Technically-
Yankees are playing or on podcasts.
When I sleep.
Or, yeah.
Technically, only breathes sometimes.
Right.
Like constantly breathing.
Sorry. All right. So this clip right here is such perfect projection. Because if this was flipped and this was someone talking about John after the Kate Meany tapes came out, after we heard the way that John talked to Kate Meany on the phone, you would think this would make sense.
It doesn't matter what. I mean, you would think after this, Shitway would have been so embarrassed he would have stopped podcasting, but he can't. Because he has no morals. And he certainly can't afford to lose the few shekels that he gets off of me.
Yeah. John, you just described yourself
Absolutely.
to a T. You literally wanted to leave the Dabbleverse. And left.
So he says.
Yeah, went to Key West or whatever. But he's too toxic and he's above that and he's smarter than this. And he's right back into it. The first thing he does on the show, talk about the Dabbleverse today. Okay, so you need this, obviously.
And the morals thing. I
know. What does that have to do with anything? We're laughing at you for flirting with a girl less than half your age. I mean, I think my mom brought me up right. I think that seems appropriate.
Yeah, you turned it around.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do with that.
Has anybody ever told you how funny you were?
And he came back to the internet after that. It's incredible. Take some balls, I guess. So, Hitman Dan joins the show. And listen to what John says to Hitman Dan.
Yeah. So, Danny, the shitwear. Yeah. Went into my, got someone to go and get into my phone and read my Bumble profile. It had my pictures on his computer.
So John is turned this into. Somebody found John's Bumble profile and they screen grabbed it.
No, they got it through his phone.
Now he's saying someone went into his phone and got that. And it makes me wonder if John does see a therapist, it's a waste of money. Because anything he's reporting to the therapist, he doesn't understand reality. He doesn't even know what's going on. If he complains to the authorities or his therapist or anything about how he's being harassed and what's going on, wait, they got into your phone? Yeah, they got into my phone.
Yeah, if the therapist doesn't ask any follow-up questions, they'll see, John, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. It is everyone else.
Yeah, you're right. But do you know what I mean? He doesn't even understand just the basics of what's happening. And he's going on and on in this episode about, because someone brings it up, the HRO that Steel Toe's ex-wife has, where he's not allowed to talk shit about her anymore. Someone brings it up, they're like, you could do that to Shuli. And then Shuli can't talk shit about you anymore. He's like, yeah, I know. I think I can. No, definitely not. You don't have a relationship with Shuli where you're co-parenting. You're a public figure. You go on the internet and we make fun of you.
Imagine that.
That would be a sitcom.
Yeah, this fall.
They used to goof on each other every day. And now they're co-parenting. The handoff
My two hacks.
My two hacks. The handoff on weekends has never been crazier.
Oh, wow.
All right. So now John's talking to Dan off mic. And Kurt, if you saw this, it's distracting. Like they're talking about Aaron Rodgers and is he going to stay healthy? And there's this conversation going on from across the house that you don't know what's happening. And then this happens.
Chico's bail bonds, thanks for the $2. Who else's kids do you have on your phone? I don't have any kids on my phone. I don't have any. Dad, I'm trying to do a fucking show. Please. Jesus Christ.
All right, where was I?
Chico's bail bonds, thanks for the $2. Who else's kids do you have on your phone? I don't have any. I don't have any.
It's like he put the needle back on the record before he was interfered with and started over again.
Yeah. And like Dan just said, don't ask me to stick my head in. So John has to prove that he has a friend. And then when it doesn't go right, he's like, get the fuck out of here.
When the friend's bothering him.
Yeah.
He's so easily distracted on this.
It's like an Etch a Sketch. Every time he turns his head, he just wipe clean. Start over.
Willy.
Over again. So anyway, Shuli's this guy who used to work for the Stern Show. No, we know. We got it, John. Yeah. Very good. All right. This is a fun clip. I bet my buddy Rocco is taking notice of this.
And none of them would do this shit to my face. Not one of them.
Nope.
Not one of these fucking cowards would do it to my face.
Has your son ever queefed in your face?
The fact that John could still say no one would even say shit to my face when it's happened. It's on video. Dabbler of the year right there.
Yes.
Sorry, Carter, not to rub this in your face, but
It's pretty big.
And the fact that I've seen that 100 times and it still fills me with glee.
Still funny every time. And John can sit there on his show and be like, oh, you wouldn't do that to my face, though. There's no fucking way you would. It's like,
Rocco couldn't have gotten any closer to you.
You see, Carl, this is that deceptive editing that you do. You're editing and cutting out the part immediately when it cuts where John threatened him to a fight, demanded he come outside with him, and Rocco backed down like a little boy. You're skipping all of that.
That's right. Yes, I forgot about all that stuff that did not happen.
You are missing something, because what he's been doing lately, and even on this show, he mentioned it after that Cardiff would never say anything to my face. Cardiff would, like, he's not talking about Rocco as much anymore.
Right, you're right.
He's trying to erase Rocco from the Dabbleverse as far as he's concerned, because he is the only one.
You know what?
Said it to his face.
That's a good point. John, for whatever reason, he's friends with Chad and Kevin again all of a sudden. So that was short-lived, the Chad and John feud. I wanted it too bad, obviously. I'm like Rob Saul wanting it too bad, apparently.
Chad took it away from you.
Blind Mike is never brought up anymore. Blind Mike was one of the people he was going to sue. Also, the IQ test going back a little ways.
Oh, yeah.
And you're right, Tukey's not brought up anymore. I think John realizes there's no way he can win. But it's always Shuley, the Shitwayer Network, me, and Cardiff.
Right. It's like Adam was saying about Howard not acknowledging John.
Right.
Because he would have to
Because
acknowledge other things.
Yeah, that would be embarrassing. So let's not do that.
He was talking about Cardiff the other day, and he was saying how, Cardiff doesn't have the balls to not hide behind a mask and a filter. And he was saying this to Clay Dabbler, who was wearing a mask with no sense of irony at all.
You're right. And Clay is such an idiot because we all know what his face looks like. We've already seen it.
Right.
And he still insists on wearing that thing that makes him look so foolish.
I think about him smoking cigarettes through that and the taste of that mask while he's doing that. It just sounds like a nightmare.
Yummy.
Everything about the flat that he lives in looks like a horror movie to me.
I enjoy when he puts Eric the actor up behind him, though. That I like.
Yeah, that's always fun. But it looks miserable. And there's always sirens in the background. Like he lives in a shitty neighborhood. All of it seems awful. All right. This is a fun clip.
It's no Rochester.
Oh, God. Rochester did not have a good showing for DabbleCon, but anyone who stayed at the Strathallan or came to my house got to witness some of the nicer areas of the city.
Those are the two areas.
That's it. I mean, the baseball game would have been fine, but Joey C was there. There goes the neighborhood.
If he was right in front of my face. Not one of them. I guarantee it.
Well. It's just the way he drools. I've never seen another adult drool like this. It's baby-like, where the moisture is just piling up in front of his teeth, and then it has to drip out like a fountain would drip out. You know what I mean? It's not like it was spittle like coming out, which happens.
DabbleCon 3, there's going to be a Stunt Joe fountain.
The Gleek fountain.
John Sarasani's got nothing on this guy. We're talking about fountains. Let's see that again.
I guarantee it.
Ugh. It hangs there for a minute, and then gravity takes over, and it just drips. What a gross man. What a gross house that must be. All right, one more clip on here. Let's remember, John's very good at what he does.
It's like Swahili Barry White.
So John's watching clips from Shuley's Anonymous, and he goes in there, and he doesn't know what he's going to do. But now we're going to see how John makes fun of the Shuley show. He's going to give it back to them the way that they give it to him. Let's see how good he is at this.
Yeah, that's what Mike sounds like to me anyway.
Swahili Barry White. Jesus.
What happened?
It's no wonder why he didn't make it in comedy.
Only for Ricochet to make a mid-card debut. Subscribe in Swahili. Ricochet's dead ass. Subscribe in Swahili. Who's that? Title belt. 21. With no sign of resurgence. Subscribe or I'll sue you in Swahili. Just playing. AEW.
What?
Well, that was lame. Jesus.
He doesn't even know what he's watching. So John starts off by doing the thing that he's been doing ever since he started doing this format, repeating what the person said and then going, what a loser. You're not funny, which is not a good reaction show. It's not a good strategy for a reaction show at all. Over laughing. It's something that nobody thought was funny.
Right.
And then going, see, you're not funny. And then he's watching something he has no idea what it is. It's just like, I don't know what that is.
And he was so prepared for everything last week.
What happened?
One show.
One show.
Even while he was scrolling through Reddit, I think it was in yesterday's episode, he's like, oh, this looks like a good title.
Yeah, and now he has to like go through and make sure it's not going to porn bomb him every single time. It's like, John, what are you doing all day? You can't sit down and watch 5 or 6 videos and then choose those to be the videos.
Not drinking.
Right. He's too busy getting bitten by spiders, apparently.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he wakes up right before the broadcast. I think as minutes before.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely happened back when he would do his shows at noon. He would come on and be chugging orange juice and water and an energy drink. And for the first 15 minutes of the show, 7.5 of those minutes were him chugging a liquid because he's so dehydrated. He just got up. He's hungover. He's trying to feel better. It's like, John, just get up at 10:30 and chug all those liquids.
Yeah.
Or don't drink yourself stupid the night before. I don't know.
Well,
a couple different options.
I'm so glad you brought that up because remember that? Remember the simpler times when we used to laugh about time zones? Remember that was the big thing?
Yes.
And NG and oh my God. And now it's all just the darkest stuff you can think of. And we all saw it. He dragged us down there. I mean, ESO didn't help, but he dragged us down.
No, for sure. He's not having fun with this, which is the way. Let me say this for all the young dabblers out there. The way to enjoy the Dabbleverse is with a smile on your face and not a care in the world. You know, we start striking channels and watching CP and trying to plant CP on people's phones. That's not the way to enjoy the Dabbleverse, people.
He had a very revealing moment the other day. He maybe you remember, he went on some rant about like, you don't bully a Melendez. It's a Melendez trait. If you bully us, we come for you. It is something, he's like, I will not stand for it. I will not tolerate it. You cannot do it. And it reminded us what this is all really about. Not his kids, not his job, not teaching. It's about him not being able to handle being made fun of in any way.
Yes.
And that's it. And it's really sad.
Yeah, it's his ego. And he sees himself as this big star and celebrity. And if you tell him he's a big star and celebrity, he's your best friend and he needs stuff from you. And if you tell him anything else, you're an asshole and a bully and a troll and your opinion doesn't exist and doesn't matter.
Who are these